Okay. I'm gonna start with part 5 of my review now of Anastasia, 1997 film by 20th Century Fox, not Disney. Get it right. 20th Century Fox. Anastasia, the 1997 animated film by Don Bluth and I guess who's the other guy? Remember? Uh, but here it is for you all YouTube to welcome you back is Lisa Stade of the YouTube channels of Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed with part 5 of the review of the 1997 Anastasia film. Uh, so on the train, Rasputin has sent his little minions to try to destroy and wreck the whole train trip of Anastasia, uh, which they actually do. I'm not going to go into detail, even though Puka pretty much balks and yaps at him, but there's no help at all. Uh, They eventually escape the train as it's barreling off a broken bridge there that's caused by Rasputin's minions. Uh, as they end up having to walk from wherever they jumped off the train in the snow all the way through, I guess, to Germany. They'll take a bus and then they'll head off to on a boat to Paris, and then I guess make their way to from France, I guess, to Paris to see what is then also the gatekeeper for meeting final boss of the Dowager Empress Marie. They have to pass the boss before the gatekeeper of Sophie, which is the Dowager Empress's, I guess, sister or whatever though, or niece or whatever. I think sister Sophie, who is also, I guess, the girlfriend or the fiance, or fiance, I guess. The girlfriend, I guess. No, Vladimir's got the hots for Sophie. And boy, does he use his sweet talk and his flirting just to get a meeting with the Dowager Empress. But yeah, so Rasputin does try several times in the movie to destroy Anastasia. This has no historical reference. I mean, we're going through big gaps here, to avoid no historical reference because a lot of the movie has no historical reference. I'm just having to put in stuff so that it's the actual history because even through this movie, the actual history would say 1928 Anastasia is dead because of the Bolshevik shooting her and sending her off to the firing squad instead of a gulag there. But yet again, they teach all the ways of being in the movie, how to be an Romanov or a part of the aristocrat and all family history and stuff that she doesn't remember, but will eventually. And in the bus scene, there was something a bit off in that scene in Germany. And I mentioned this again, 1928. There is history of somebody going through a political campaign. I know we all remember him in this video. And all this channel, he gets his name mentioned a lot by me. Uh, he's going through his little political campaign after getting out of Landsberg prison because of a failed beer hall pooch. Remember? Go to some of the other videos about him. Please hit the Rise of Evil, part 1 and 2. For you. But there's an interesting scene in the little scenes of Anastasia, Puka, and Dmitri and Vladimir taking the bus and singing the last songs of Learn to Do It, I guess. So, and you'll notice something in the German town, I guess. Well, they're taking a bus in Germany to the harbour there to get on the boat to Paris or to France there first before making their way to Paris. If you've noticed something and remember your history well and know my obsession, you will notice something, a glaring, obvious thing. You might not have noticed it when you watched the movie the first time, but now you will. You remember the history of this dumb obsession of mine at any of your history classes there. Can you guess what it is? They don't show up, but I mention them a lot. I mention the little feel a lot too, and you probably know what they are. Give you a little thinking a bit. Nazis. The missing darned Nazis from the movie 1928. Hitler was having his political career, and they forgot to put in, I don't know, some SA stormtroopers, some Hitler posters, some guy throwing the old Sieg Heil because I can't throw it on here because it's YouTube, and I don't want to get any complaints. But yet again, this movie it still seems to like to throw out the history books and Hitler and the Nazis, and probably a couple professors just to make it look a bit worse. But I guess because parents they don't like those guys. I don't know, kids wouldn't like them too if they found out what they were about. That was horrible. The mass murdering of the Nazis. That would scare the parents away from buying the tickets in the march if they barely saw that. It's actual history. It's referenced even by Anna Anderson's life of beating Adolf Hitler. Remember, she fools the idiot Fuhrer and his political party of the NSDAP of the Nazis, the NSDAP of the German Workers' Party. She fools them even the Schutzstaffel, the Gestapo, the SS, the SD, every Nazi leader, Himmler, Heinrich, Goebbels going, maybe feeds going just to keep him to keep quiet. Because he's that's not a fat shame joke. That's a going shame joke. That's home and going shame. Unless you're home and going. Which you're probably not. Because of history. Don't come waltzing here saying you're home and going. I know you're not because of history. Don't dare say you identify as a guy. I will call you out. But in the next scene, there is of Anastasia getting on the boat to France there with Vladimir, Dmitri, and Puka, and with Anya, I guess, not Anastasia yet. Wait, now I just gave you all a friggin' spoiler by accident. Stupid Nazi rant. Whoops. Okay, well, she ends up learning how to do a nice waltz because she has to learn that as one of the final things. But then another scene is of Rasputin trying to use his black magic, I guess. Yet again, I'll make this reference. Nobody really knows if he was into the black magic sorcery stuff. It's all based on Hollywood to keep the kids' entertainment happy. And maybe the parents are content that the money went well, or God forbid if the parents were history professors or historians. You know how they would feel. Not happy. It's not historically accurate. There's no Nazis. That's gonna turn into a meme. No Nazis in Anastasia 1997. I swear it's gonna be a meme. But Rasputin uses his sorcery and the minions there to cause Anastasia to sleepwalk and walk off the edge of the ship there while there's a storm at sea. But she ends up getting saved by Dimitri because obviously Hollywood has to keep the kids happy because the heroine, the princess doesn't die. She gets saved by the kitchen boy. I'm not going to shame anyone for that. Sometimes a good chef is good. No, sometimes the maids will save you. If you're interested and they know how to do CPR, go right ahead. Don't judge them. Don't judge your hotel staff. Don't judge your kitchen boys, I guess. They might save you if you walk off the edge of a ship and end up drowning. But in the scene, Bill, Anastasia does see her father again. and her three sisters, not Anya, Olga, Tatiana, and Marie, and they saw Rich again here, uh, before everything just turns into a bloody nightmare because, like I said, the kids have to be entertained, but no, it finds out that Rasputin wanted her to jump to her death. This is probably gonna go into the next video. Rasputin really doesn't have his goals right. I'm gonna bring up somebody in the next video. Get ready for the rant. It's gonna be the mother of all rants. Hit the rant punches, you are going to be scared. Uh, Rasputin has no goals compared to Hitler. Hitler has them. Oh, no, bring it up. I actually wrote them down here. It made me wonder about the villain in the movie. But Anastasia, Anya is still saved by Dmitri here. And they make their way safely to Paris in a car off to Sophie. But before that, there was a scene. The Dow Empress finally meeting the last con artist girl who can't convince anyone that she's Anastasia. And the Dow Empress, when we tell Sophie, as her cat turns up, who she's about to feed pretty much tea, because now we have to make the veterinarians mad. Because that's pretty much like cyanide is for Hitler. Don't feed the cats tea. Please, for love of God, they're not able to process it. Same thing with coffee or wine or whatever else outside of water and just dry cat food or the wet cat food or the cat food. Don't feed that to them. Or the catnip or the cat grass or whatever. But the Dowager Empress Marie does say to Sophie she's not going to see anyone anymore claiming to be Anastasia. This is honestly the most ironic little dumb plot twist there. Because Anya does tell everyone and realizes that Dimitri was the servant boy who opened the door and let everyone free, and everybody's happy at the end, and even Dimitri's shocked and realized that she was the real Anastasia. But Sophie says no, the Dow Empress can't see anyone, but Vladimir uses his smooth moves, persuades her, and she says, but we can see her at the Paris Opera House of the ballet by the Russian ballet group there performing tonight, and they're like, yay! And then go shopping again here uh, in Paris. In this video here, part, I guess it's 5, it's going on to part 6. And this is Lisa Stayed here of the YouTube channels of Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed saying, make sure definitely to subscribe to Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Leave a comment, hit the notification bell on the Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed, and leave a thumbs up on both my channels of Lisa Stayed and Hitler Obsessed. Donate to my Patreon, my subscribe star. Visit my bitchute.com BitChute channel of Lisa Marie Stayed as one word. You can send me a Facebook friend request with a comment, or just send me a comment and no Facebook friend request. That'll be fine. I would love to hear your answers. I want to hear your answers. Do you think Anastasia 1997, the movie, was actually good here? If not, yes, no, what do you think historically accuracy could turn out to make the movie better? And do you think Nazis should be in the movie because it's 1929 in Germany and Hitler's having his political career? So by now, and on to parts, I guess it's 6 or 5, I think. Bye!